Wait, what? That's not Ollie. What's happened? Where's the long hair gone? Where's the beard gone? Yeah, let's have a little chat quickly. What is going on, everyone? How are you doing? I hope you're doing good, because it is good to feel good. Yes, it is. And as you may notice, hair's gone, long hair's gone, beard's gone. What's happened? Well, a week ago, it was very nice and warm here in the UK. Probably the hottest couple of days that we've had so far in this year. But I thought to myself, with this, warm weather happening, like, is it really going to be worth having a beard and long hair for? And my obvious answer was no. So I was like, do you know what, shave off the beard, cut my hair, and yeah, I look a lot different to what I looked like back then. I look like I've regressed by about 10 years. I look like I'm resitting my GCSEs. There's so many jokes I can tell about it, but yeah, I thought to myself, it's a good idea to just, go fresh for the summer. But the weather this week here in the UK has been atrocious, so I'm kind of regretting that decision now. Like, if we can kind of use CGI to kind of recreate my beard and long hair look. But yeah, now let's move on, because we're sidetracking. This isn't what the actual video is about. The actual video itself is about Ask Ollie, because Ask Ollie is making another return. Because I said in my previous Ask Ollie that I want to start doing Q&A videos, like, I think at least every 2 months. So the likelihood of me doing another Ask Ollie will be in 2 months' time. So, and I've just realised I'll probably be in California while that's happening, so you never know. Anyway, let's go and dive into some questions. Alright, diving into the questions. First question is, what's next after your charity fundraising? So, if you've not been following me for the past few months, you may know that I've been doing a fundraiser for a charity known as the Christie. Basically, what I'm doing in less than 3 weeks now is an event called Rough Runner, which is basically, it's a charity fun run, and you've got the option to do 5k, 10k or 15k, and so you've got, it's your usual fun run basically, and then on top of that you've got bits from, say, game shows. So you've got stuff like inspired from Takeshi's Castle, Total Wipeout, Gladiators, Ninja Warriors. You've got bits from like those shows, and like it's kind of fitted into Rough Runner. So yeah, I've been raising money for the Christie throughout that time, and I think once that's all over and done with, I really do want to pay a visit to the Christie, because they're based up in Manchester, and funnily enough, I am going to Manchester in I was about to say in a few weeks time, more like in a month's time, and that's for when I go up to see Taylor Swift, which I'm really looking forward to. And then during my time when I'm not seeing Taylor Swift, I think I will also pay a visit to the Christie, and I think that will be very interesting. I really love to pay them a visit, so that might be the next step after Rough Runner. Why do you vlog, and what's your top 3 tips for traveling? So why do I vlog? Well, it's like we're kind of doing like a little origin story here. So let's talk about where you started vlogging, Ollie. Well, basically, I just, I saw people doing it on YouTube, and I thought to myself, I want to give it a try, and this is kind of where it's come now. So like, I started YouTube 7 years ago, and I didn't expect to still be doing it now. I thought to myself, I could grow old grey and I could still be doing this. You never know. But or maybe say going out in public and vlogging. Like, again, I saw people doing it online and I wanted to test it out for myself. The first real chance I got to test out for myself was when I went on holiday to Sardinia, and that was 5 years ago now, which is mad. And like, I saw people doing travel vlogs. I wanted to try doing some travel vlogs myself, and yeah, that happened. And then somehow 5 years later, I'm still doing travel vlogs every so often, and not just travel vlogs, but also like vlogs with my mates, vlogs that I go to events. And yeah, like, it's really cool. I really enjoyed doing it, and like, some people might give me a weird looks when I do vlogging, but hey ho, I'm just having a good time. And then for the tips of traveling, the first tip I have is to familiarize yourself with the place that you're going. So say for example, I'm going to LA again in June. That's coming around very quickly, and I've already been there twice before, so I guess, like, from going there twice before, I'm kind of familiar with what I'm doing, and although saying that there are bits today that I haven't done yet, but you know, if you know a place that you'll frequently travel to, then that should give you a chance to get yourself familiar with the place itself. The next tip I have is to know some of the local language. I mean, there's a lot of places in the world where, you know, we all speak English, but there's obviously parts of the world where, you know, probably someone speaks little to no English. So I actually think that's like a really bad habit that we as, like, you know, travelers have, where we kind of expect someone to speak English. So I think knowing a bit of the local tongue is helpful to, you know, spark up a conversation. So like, say like a few greetings, like a few sentences, a few questions, and I think that should help you out, I guess, whenever you are abroad. And then the final tip that I have is to just have a good time. Like, you know, you've probably gone out to a place to, you know, just explore it and, you know, enjoy it while you're there, because there's probably lots to do, and, you know, you just want to get up to the most of it. So I guess for me to you, just have a good time, I guess. Pizza or pasta, and what is your favorite kind of pizza or pasta? Pizza all the way, because pizza is just amazing. Like, there are a lot of pizza places I know, so you've got stuff like, I think my favorite pizza place to go is Pizza Express, because it's just so nice there, and like the pizzas they do there are always lovely. But in terms of like my favorite kind of pizza, probably a good pepperoni pizza, because, you know, I love a good bit of pepperoni. Oh, I'm now just suddenly thinking, if I said pasta, I could have said spaghetti, or somebody touch my spaghetti. But also, I'm gonna go out on a whim and say I like Hawaiian pizza, so yeah, pineapple and ham and pineapple pizzas. And I know a lot of people will probably be saying, Ollie, you're mad, you're insane for saying that, but I really do like it, pineapple and pizza. I'm one of those people who's for that idea, and I know there's a lot of people who are against it, but, you know, come at me. I like pineapple and pizza, just come at me, come at me. If you could describe / compare our friendship group to a Disney film, which one would it be? Now, in terms of like recent Disney films, there's one that's come out that Disney have released, and I know it's probably out of the ordinary, but technically it is a Disney property, and so therefore it does class as a Disney film, and that would be The Avengers. So Avengers Infinity War came out the other day. I won't say anything because Thanos demands your silence. But yeah, no, I'd say like our little group kind of feels like the Avengers, I guess. Like, you know, we're all from like different backgrounds, you know, different parts of life. We don't have like superhuman abilities or anything like that, unfortunately, but yeah, no, we're all just, you know, a funky bunch who, you know, have come together in desperate times, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, now The Avengers. What's your next career move, and are you planning on going to university, or do you just prefer working and YouTubing? Right, I want to have a little quick discussion about this, because I don't think I've properly addressed it on my channel before. I might have done, I don't think I have done, but at this point in time, I have no aspirations of wanting to go to university. And I know for some people, you know, the idea of going to university may sound like a really good idea for them, and, you know, they're really excited about the idea, but at this point in time, I feel happy with, you know, where I am, because of not going to university, because a lot of my friends did it, but I just chose not to do it. And also, at the time of my last year in college, our tutors were so, like, you know, they pressured us into wanting us to complete our UCAS and, you know, get a few uni applications sent off, or in the case of our course, which is performing arts, sending off a few applications to drama schools. Now, I just, like, from the amounts of pressure, like, that they mounted on us, I just thought to myself, I don't really need to do uni. I mean, realistically speaking, I could go to university, like, somewhere in my distant future. Like, you know, I don't necessarily have to go now. I mean, I could just wait a few years and say, yeah, do you know what, I'll go to uni now. But at this point in time, I feel very happy what I'm doing, because I just love the freedom, really. You know, I've got a really good job, I'm loving doing the YouTube thing, I love going traveling and that every so often, and it's just nice, in my opinion. So at this point in time, I'm really happy what I'm doing, and I don't think I'll be at uni anytime soon, really. So yeah, no to uni. In fact, now that I mention it, I remember the FMP that I did in my last year of college. That was all about the social expectations of like people going to university, and what's a bit ironic is that my character that I played in that was a year 10 boy who was, you know, he was very, you know, it was a very like goody two shoes basically, and he was very for the idea of going to university, like when he, you know, would have the chance to send off his UCAS. But yeah, it very contrasting compared to me in terms of wanting to go to uni. But yeah, no, I'm happy doing what I'm doing, I guess. What are the biggest pros and cons about YouTube now compared to when you started? So I think to me one of the biggest pros is the amount of exposure that's on this like platform, because back in the day you had like, you know, a few videos that would pop up with the chance of being viral. There were a few personalities that would pop up every so often, and like there was not really much for them to do back then. But like now, you know, YouTube's more or less in the mainstream, I guess, and you know, like there are so much more personalities, much more exposure in that, like, you know, for good or bad, I guess. And like, you know what, it's thriving at the moment, YouTube is, and I think that's a good thing. So that's the big pro. And then one of the biggest cons, I would say, in my opinion, is clickbait. Now, I would very much say I'm against the idea of clickbait, but then that makes me sound very contradicting because I have done clickbait before, but I don't like clickbait on a massive scale like some people do on this platform. I mean, I'm not going to name names because I don't want to fire shots and then that causes drama. It's those who clickbait on like such a regular basis, like it's annoying, like the misleading thumbnails, misleading titles, you know, 1 kill equals 1 removal of clothing with my 13-year-old sister. Bloody hell. But yeah, nah, like just clickbait, it's not necessary. Like, you know, I preferred it when people would actually, back in the day, you know, actually have meaningful titles, meaningful thumbnails, something that actually had to do with the video and nothing that was like completely misleading. What has happened? I don't know. I think I'm going insane. I might just spin around on this chair for a while and then we might get back to the video. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. And the final question I have is, will you ever come back to Kuwait? Oh, this is a good question because I wouldn't say no to the idea, to be honest, because it's been nearly 6 years since I've moved back from Kuwait, which is, it's a very long time and it's gone very quick since I've been back. So yeah, I wouldn't be against the idea. I mean, you know, probably a lot has changed since I've been there, so you know what, it might be a good chance, you know, experience it then, or sorry, experience it now rather, compared to what I left it back then. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be against the idea of going back, because, you know, a lot of my friends lived out there, although saying that, I think a lot of my friends that were there out there aren't there anymore. But you know what, I would like to go out there, maybe not, you never know. Like, but just overall, I'm not against the idea of going back. So yeah, we might just take a little trip down memory lane and, you know, see what's changed since I was there. So yeah, if I could turn back time, I need water. And on that note, what's that? On that note, I'm gonna finish the video. Thank you very much for asking me some questions. As I say, I really enjoy answering these questions because it was always nice. It feels, in a way, like having a chat with you guys, and I think that's a very cool thing to do. So, yeah, I like Ask Ollies. I feel like, you know what, we could resume doing this on like a monthly basis, but I mean, I'm happy doing this on like a 2 monthly basis. So yeah, I think, you know what, we can keep it going and I think it will be fun. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you some more videos and some more Ask Ollie videos in the future. I think, technically speaking, the next time I do an Ask Ollie video will be when I'm in California in a few months' time. So do feel free to get some questions in beforehand so then I can answer them and, you know, we can have some fun times. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I shall see you around, and like, comment, subscribe and share love. See ya.